Child. Anyway, so
hello, everyone. My name is Jaden, and I'm a brat. If you did not know, Charlie XCX dropped an album called Brat, and if you did not know, I'm a Charlie XCX fan. And y'all don't have to get it. I understand. Don't. There's no need to cause an uproar or use any slurs. I get it, but just know, I'm a fan, and not the Kendrick Lamar. He a fan. Not that, but I am a fan of Charlie because she knows how to make a gay album, and that's what this album was. Renaissance, don't make that face.
Oh, it's June.
Sorry.
It's June. I'll allow it.
Sorry.
That was a really crazy thing to say at the opening of this episode. That was insane. My name is Amira, and I am personally I'm doing the work. I'm re-examining what it means to have personal space because those around me seem not to care too much about it and my need for it, or even just like the normalization of it. So I'm just trying to figure out how much space I must be allotted. It just must be as far as my nose, and that is as much space as you get. As far as your shoulders, and that's all the space you get. Because everybody is just constantly up in my grills. So if anyone has any tips for that, like how much are we getting? I know inflation is up, so I'm trying to figure out how much personal space we've all been allotted this year. Jaden, you have on a yellow beanie, and I'm curious to know what's going on under the beanie. Real fans know
this was a setup.
It wasn't.
I feel like someone trying to set me up.
The beanie was a setup. Real fans know that you've underwent, I guess, a procedure. Some could call it that, a little surge. So just a simple question: do you have straight backs under that hat?
Yes, I do, but they're not regular straight backs. They are install straight backs, so they aren't like down the back of my neck.
Install?
They
What
are
was installed?
tucked back up. Install as in like weave, wig, things of that nature. It's just the style I was going for. Just that.
So no connection to the style name. You just casually have install braids.
Yes.
We'll go with that. We'll go with that for now. And because I'm not cruel like you, I won't expose you fully.
Yeah.
But if anybody wants that tea, hit my line. Jaden, where
they'll
are
get
we?
that tea if they follow me on Instagram.
Well, there you go. At Charlie Pod.
Sure. We are on a show that we like to call, I think, la 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 la. Anyway, with Jaden and Amira. Did you watch the
I did. I can't even believe that you would ask me something like this.
I want to talk about it. So go ahead, get your little thing out the way about.
Oh yeah. The first segment is called The Catch. This is where we catch you up on everything that's the things we decide to talk about that are happening. The first thing that we always talk about is following us on Instagram and Twitter at Charlie Pod.
We can't do our moments of the week.
Oh my god!
I'm like, wait.
The way I scrolled up, and this is the second time it's been happening to me. And I'll tell you why. It's because you started the show with a sneak and then with a lie. So then it threw me off. So our first
sneak and a lie
yes.
Isn't officially canceled out when you tried to expose me on here?
One was canceled. The sneak still stands.
Which one was the sneak? The Renaissance?
Yeah, girl. Yeah.
I'm just saying,
I'm just skipping to the end. I didn't want to talk to you anymore. I'm like,
you know what? I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say
another episode. Girl, we can talk about it off this pod, but what you're not going to do.
No,
billionaire. Please.
That's still my mother. Hold on. Renaissance is still mother. But she's not gay.
No. Well, it's capital.
What, ally?
Yes.
Girl, good night. Good night.
I guess the first thing will, girl. Well, I already started. Follow us on Instagram and at Twitter at Shalini Pod. I'm not gonna say it again. How about that? The first segment is actually our moments of the week, and this is what happens when you have your other screen oriented landscape instead of portrait. Then you start scrolling.
And missing all information about what it
Hello,
was.
just every old thing. So the first segment is the moment of the week. This is where Jaden and I share things this week that made us say, yo, 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 chill. Chill
Whoa.
anyway. Yo. And really quick, just to call back to last episode, keeping the girls on their toes. Hopefully you're caught up. Why did my coworker, who is my moment of the week, why did she say unprompted in my office, back door? Yo, back door. She just kept saying it. And it was just so random and so funny. So obviously I had to egg her on because, girl, what I said, oh my gosh, I love back door. So we had a little moment about it. And okay, so my moment of the week, I'm going to go first, Jaden, just because you threw me off and I have to stay on this road.
Okay.
My moment of the week,
Nah,
my
fault.
coworker, yeah, it is.
Now, why am I getting so much backlash?
You know why.
Have you seen Real Housewives updates?
No. Well, it depends what the update is.
I'll share. Keep going.
Oh, sorry. So my coworker, let's just for the story call her Zara. Let's call her Dada. So my coworker Dada, she's sitting in my office. For context, my office has 3 walls and the front wall is glass. So everybody walking past in the lobby can see me, which is really annoying because I can't do anything. Like everybody is looking at me. So we sitting in there chopping it up as good girlfriends do, back door, back door. Then my phone rings, my office phone. I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you for calling Bleep. This is Bleep. What do you need? Hi, this is, oh, bless you. Bless you. Hi, this is insert name here. I was just calling because Dada called me earlier about getting a switching my parking space. And I was wondering if Dada was around to talk. I said, oh, Dada stepped out for a minute. Can I help you? And I look
Did
at
Dada actually step out?
She's sitting right across from me. I'm not passing this phone over. No, Dada, she's sitting across. The person that called was a guy. Dada sitting across from me. I'm not passing this phone over my desk. I'm sorry. I'm not because also it's like sometimes people want to talk to Dada or me, and it's really like I could answer that question for you.
Right. It really doesn't matter.
Girl, we literally share one email address. Like I saw your business. I saw how much you made in a year. Yeah. So can I be? Oh, yeah. You can help me. I was just saying that I wanted to switch from this. I look over just slightly to the right, and I see someone looking at me from outside my office talking on the phone. So I'm like, I'm holding the phone and I point to the phone like while looking at the guy gesturing like, is this you on the phone? And he's like, oh yeah, that's me. I'm on the phone. Oh, yes, I can let Dada know. Thank you so much. Click. Now, why would you see me? None of it makes sense. First of all, I don't regret lying. I don't care.
No, who cares? You're at work.
But my thing is, girl, the door is glass. If you saw that I was too busy to talk to you in person, why would you call me on the phone? It's like when people go in the restaurant instead of the drive-thru because they want faster service. You called me because you knew I had to answer the phone. Right. When you could have just knocked on the door and then been told, give me a minute. The second thing is, did you know this was Dada or not? Do you know this is Dada?
I feel like, are you caught? Like, this feels like when you know somebody and you want to see if they're going to answer the phone for you or not. Like, this is giving that, and that's weird. Dada doesn't owe you anything.
Nothing. But it's giving like you see your friend's man out, so then you're like, girl, call him real quick. Let me see if it's him.
Right, let me see if he
answers. He just picked up the phone. If you thought that was Dada, why couldn't you knock on the door? If you didn't think it was Dada, why are you interrupting this business happening?
But the thing is, even if you did think it was Dada, why would you not knock on the door and then be outside enough for me to see you on the phone with me?
standing directly in front of my office.
Like,
Jaden,
why would
is
you
that not
be?
crazy?
That's what's doing it for me. Like, even if you did not knock on the door, why are you in proximity to where I can see you being on the phone with me? Do you not think that's weird, sir?
Maybe I can hear you through the glass. There's an echo. Back up.
Okay, I'm literally pulling the phone away, hearing you still at full volume.
I'm just reading your lips at this point.
Is this you who I'm looking at? Yeah, that's me. Hangs up. What are we doing here? You're
Hang up,
wasting
come in.
time, minutes. Like, you're wasting
You're
things.
playing, number one.
You could have did 2 taps on this door. Dada would have turned around, and y'all could have had our conversation.
And it
But
could have
you're
been over.
calling here because also, what would happen if y'all didn't answer the phone?
Girl, that would have been embarrassing. Because the amount of times I will hit that mute button and keep on talking. I'm
And you
so glad it
should've.
wasn't that. I
But
wish
he
I
wants to play
did.
childish reindeer games. He would have been over there playing with reindeer and all them because
Hello.
there's no reason for you to
None.
be on the phone outside of a glass door. Because I bet you it's not even frosted. It's probably full glass.
No, it's fully glass. You're looking directly at me, and it's clear.
And you
Very
see
clear.
Dada. Like, you could have been like, excuse me, I just want to talk to you again because you could have handled this way better. But to call and stand, you could have at least walked outside or walked to the left to where you couldn't be seen. But to stand there making eye contact with me on the phone, it's psychotic.
Yeah, that's me. I'm the one you're looking at. And you, girl, get away from.
See, now I have to hand Dada the phone. Now I'd be like, Dada, huh? I
Because
can't deal
they
with
playing, da. They playing.
this. Da! Get him.
They're playing. Girl, I
That's
hung up the
so
phone and
annoying.
Dada was like, was that him? Yes, it was. And I would do it again. First of all, I was shook because I never saw what this man looked like. I was very gagged. I was like, okay, he's really cute and it makes sense. He's a
But
cutie.
He's dumb.
He's nutty. He's nutty. And I knew that from the interactions via email, but I'm pissed at what he looks like and him being nutty. I'm like, why do you
I
have to
hate
be
that. Like, why are you so fine and then it's so nutty?
No, I
like,
actually didn't use the word fine, but
oh,
yeah.
he's cute. He's cute.
Yeah, he's like a cutie. He's like a nerdy black guy with glasses. He's tall, got a little,
Hot.
little moment.
We
for
gonna have to
some
connect.
point.
We gonna have to connect.
Oh, girl, I can give you exactly where he lives.
Because I need to know how much he make. I need all his. I'm sorry if you got to break his HIPAA, his non-disclosure. I don't really care what it is. I need that tea. I want his
There's
number.
no way you're
I want
asking me
his
to do
address
this in public. There's just simply no way. Girl, not the glass door.
The next time he sees that glass door, he's gonna see me.
Oh, not you coming to visit me at work. This is my cousin. Say hi.
Right. I'm from the other apartment, the other building, child. I just came here to pick up some papers, and it's all Dada's information. Like, I just need that tea.
Jaden, if you visit me at my job, oh my gosh, you'd be swimming in it. Honestly, I could really put you onto some stuff. It's some good stuff there.
Mm.
You've got lots of resources. What's your moment of the week, Jaden?
So, because I'm not doing this with you. My moment of the week has to do. I had a photo shoot this past weekend, and I have a camera, but I wanted another lens for it to use for the photo shoot because it's useful to have diversity in some of your equipment when doing a photo shoot. It was for a brand, and I won't get into that. I'll announce more of that as things come out and we get further. But I have a friend who has a friend who rents equipment from this place in Philly. They have 2 locations, one in Fairfax, New Jersey, which is like an hour, maybe 2 away, and then one in Philly that's like 30 minutes away. So I'm like, let's go to the one in Philly. Like, we can look up the stuff, see what we kind of want, and then go and then talk to them like about the process. So outside of the payment thing, I won't necessarily get into all the details of the payment process. But we placed the order. This whole thing happens. Whatever. It's time to go pick it up. So we get a lens. Mind you, we came in person to make the order. Like, I wanted to come see what we were getting, whatever, and then we'll come back to pick it up when it's time. We get a lens. We get a strobe, like a light. and then we get a octagon like light box, and yeah. So the day of picking it up, we get an email saying, "Hi, the strobe, the F400, the FJ400 that you were looking for. Yeah, we don't have that in stock right now because we have uh, a what's it called, a trade show at our other location in North Jersey, but we'll give you the FJ200 instead." Oh, okay. Which I'm already like, if we were already set to have that reserved, why would y'all take it?
But
Like,
also, why would you even let me make the reservation?
but I doubt it was even like, we know we take into this thing. It was probably, I'm grabbing this, 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 I'm grabbing. But why would you not check the reserves? Like, why would you not check to see what is about to be taken out before you just grab it and run 2 hours away? So then, also part of the email, it was like, do you need a stand for this? I'm like, we supposed to fucking hold the light with our hand? Yes, we need a stand. Like, it was just the strobe in the softbox. Mind you, the softbox it's big, so no one's standing around and holding this for the next however many hours of shooting. So then that's his own issue. We get the stand, we do all that. He's like, oh, I just found out, because he had made a phone call to see if they had something, I forget what, because we need a trigger for the camera. So like when you take the picture, the flash will go. I'm sorry, we don't have the trigger for this camera. I mean, for this light.
Oh my gosh.
So then I'm like, okay. Because I'm thinking maybe it'll stay on, like it's also like a continuous light. It was not. We found out a way for it to be continuous semi, but it was not that. So then he's like, oh, and when I called over to see if they had a trigger, they told me I couldn't give you the charger for it because we don't own it. What the fuck do y'all own? How about that? What do y'all own? What do y'all have? Because it seems like y'all have nothing. So maybe y'all should just shut this business down and stop with all this commotion of running something or making it seem like you have something worth coming to, because there's no reason. We're trying to rent equipment that we plan to have. Like, we came here last week in person, saw the equipment, touched the equipment, made sure that it was good, made sure it was working, just for us to come back a week later and now we can't have access to none of the shit. We have a full shoot day and you're like, I can't give you a charger for a light? Like, for a light source that's going to be that we need? Are you okay? And I'm not taking it out on the man who was doing it, because he was very helpful, because during said issues, he kept trying to problem solve, because you could tell it wasn't like his doing. It's he the coworker that got to deal with everybody else. That's
my gosh, yeah.
You know, like that one coworker that's like, all my coworkers are idiots and I'm having to deal with this. That's what it was. Because why would y'all take our stuff to North Jersey? Whatever. So it just did not make any sense to me. We did end up figuring out a way to make it work, and we were able to do some things. But it should not have been that difficult, especially when we had pre-planned and came in and picked the things we were using. And like, what? Why are you so unprofessional? What is going on? They made me go to Better Business Bureau.
Hello. I mean, no shade. You said this was a friend of a friend's. Is this a legitimate business, or is it like some guy who has a lot of film equipment just being kind and renting it out?
Child, they have a whole storefront, 3 levels of floors, like a legitimate business.
What?
First level is like products to buy. Second level is like products to rent, and then third level is like classes. So it's like, you have a great business here, and then you have another location in North Jersey. I think we just got the short end of the stick because
you're black.
Their trade show was going on at the same time. Well, yes, but their trade show was going on that same weekend. They took a lot of the stuff there, and there was nothing we could use. But I'm like, Mama, y'all can't figure, like, why would y'all take stuff and y'all have? And he was like, I don't know why they took anything. This is why I'm saying he's the one who's dealing with idiots. He was like, I don't know why they took anything when the location in Fairfax is huge. Like, the warehouse, This one floor is all their equipment, like alone for rentals. Like they have a bunch of stuff. I don't even know why they're coming down here to take anything. And I said, well, me the fuck neither.
Did you
It was
pay
so
before
annoying.
you got the stuff, or did you have to pay after?
So you pay when you go to pick it up. When you do the reservation and like the rental, whatever, it's a dollar
A
that
deposit,
gets charged just to
right?
hold
Like
your
a hold.
spot.
Mm.
But to rent the equipment, they charge you half the full price of each day. But you only pay like however much it is per day. Like you do that until they get their equipment back.
No, no, no. So after the second day, you've paid for that equipment for you to just own.
No. So say that like the light or the lens is like $30 a day. To take the rental out, you're putting half of the full price. So say the whole thing is like $2,000. You put $1,000 on your card as a hold, and then
Right.
when
Oh,
they
I
get it
see. I see. I
back,
see.
they only charge you the $60 for the 2 days
Oh, that makes
of
sense.
you
Okay.
using
So
it.
just in case you broke it, they can replace half of it. That makes
Yeah,
sense. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Oh my gosh, girl, what card you put down? Come on, money
The
bag.
business owners.
Well,
Hello.
well, that's fine.
Well,
Slide it
and it's
out.
credit card. It's mainly
I
credit card
mean, but
girls.
my bank would be like, girl, no, we're not putting
Who and
$1,000
who?
hold.
We don't know you, mama.
Girl, you're getting scammed. Oh my gosh. So then how many days did you have it?
2.
Okay, so the day you picked it up and then you just returned
No,
it after the
3.
photo shoot day.
3 days. But
Girl,
it
I
was
thought the
like
shoot was one day.
no. It was we picked it up on Saturday and we dropped it off on Monday.
Okay.
But it was only like 180.
That's not bad.
It's like the final price is not bad, but talking yourself into the hold and then having to deal with the BS was not planned. But we also expected I thought he told me you had to put the whole thing down, so we was expecting to pay 3,000 down to get it, and then whatever. But it was only like 1,500, 1,600.
I can't believe he just said only. My
Right.
question is, and I think everyone wants to know, would you frequent this business again?
The equipment worked fine and it was good. And I don't really know of any other places near me that may do that. So it's kind of giving like have to for the things that I want, especially because it was also cheap. Like it wasn't expensive to rent the equipment for the 3 days. So imagine if I'm just doing like a 1 day or like a 2 day shoot, whatever. Like it wasn't expensive. It's just the down payment was kind of wild. But knowing you get it back does give you some peace of mind.
You just got to make sure you're extra, extra careful with it.
Right.
That is really, really annoying. Also, like, I'm going to be real with you, trade shows are silly to me
Very.
already. Because, girl, okay, no comment. I don't want to offend nobody on the line. The other thing that's silly is him asking if you need things and then being like, ooh,
You
really? Because
can't
we
get
don't
it.
have it. You did.
Like
Okay, so you did want
don't
it.
play. Like you're
Now
playing with
he's
me
dangling a
and my
carrot.
emotions. It was like, actually, I just got a phone call and they said we can't give this to you. And then he
We
was
don't
like,
want
I'm so sorry. He actually was like, I'm so sorry that I keep doing this. Like, I'm sorry that I keep offering you things and then I can't give it to you.
That's terrible. Was the light that they replaced for the one that was at the trade show comparable to the one you wanted?
Sure. I didn't even get to use the other one, so I really can't
You don't
say.
know.
But the other one probably would have came with a fucking charger.
Girl, and the trigger.
And the day we are shooting, he emails us like while we're actively shooting. Hey, I know you said you'll be shooting all day, but we have a trigger available if you could send an assistant over to get it. Baby. I told her, I said, there's no point. I said, we need a charger more than we need a trigger.
Girl, he is the assistant. Click. I can't leave. I'm everybody.
Okay. But anyway,
Well,
the shoot was still successful. So like at least on the opposite side of that, we had plenty of lights ready and available just in case this happened, which I was like, we had someone who did BTS. I told her, I was like, have him bring every light he got. I said, and I'm going to bring whatever lights I have. And luckily, the actual place we shot had great lighting within it, like both the actual lights and like had sunlight coming through. So it was like we had enough to really get what we needed. So I'm not mad completely. It was a little, and then why when we go to return it, she calls me like, was this, they're saying this piece is missing. And then she shows it, it's the charger, because the guy took a picture. They had to take a picture, I guess, before they give it to us, but he took a picture before he took the charger out of it. So they're like, there's no whatever here, and we're like, oh, he told us like he couldn't give it to us because y'all didn't own it, and then he has to call him to verify that that's the truth, and it's like, just come on.
That's too much. Not you taking inaccurate pictures, making me look like a thief. Girl, leave a review. Leave a review.
I can't leave a review because when I need my next
no
stuff,
I'll do it for you.
Okay.
Send me what's right.
When I need my next round of stuff, I don't need nothing hindering me.
No, not with your real name, silly. With your backup email. Come on now. Now
my female. No. Like Finsta?
No.
No. It's just a no. I hated it.
That was not going to work for me. I'm sorry. That actually really just made me uncomfortable, and you're
me too.
fired. So now we have no choice but to move on. Yikes! Now it's actually time for the catch. I think scrolling up, down, there's nothing else.
No,
it's time for the catch. The only other place for you to follow at this point is TikTok at Chal Anyway the podcast. Great. So Jaden wrote all these things down. So you are going to have to.
Yeah, I'll take it away. So
thank you.
Starting off, over, I don't know what specific day that was. Was it the weekend, like Thursday or Friday? Video started coming out and about of Whoopi Goldberg in a nun outfit. And when that starts to happen, Sister Act is involved. And what we're seeing is the members of Sister Act 2 on stage singing songs from the actual film. And it was just like, first of all, no one said anything about this. I feel like it came out of nowhere and it's just something we had to appreciate, but it kind of just like appeared one day on social media and everyone's gagging, especially if you older than 30. They was gagging bad. They're like, yeah. I'm a little getting emotional. I'm like, y'all so extra. Like, okay, y'all are older. Like, y'all over a high note and Happy Day. Like, please.
And didn't even really do it.
Didn't even, because we're gonna get into our reviews of the actual performances. What's the first song they sang?
Rehearse again. No,
they sang Happy Day and they sang.
I think I only Joyful.
Yeah, Joyful. And Lauryn Hill was not there.
Didn't look for her.
Honestly wasn't expecting. First of all, I wasn't expecting this. So when I hit play and I heard someone else singing, I said, "Correct," because nothing else would be happening.
She was barely there with the first time.
They said that she couldn't get her permission slip signed, and I fell out.
That's funny. Weren't we just talking about this movie last week?
I think so.
People just be copying us. That's crazy.
Like, they just wait for us to say something and then they move on it.
And then they do it.
So the Joyful performance, I think, was pretty good. It was cute.
Okay.
There are definitely some aged voices. Shirley Ralph was a part of this. I forget every time that she's in the movie. And then it's like, oh yeah, she is the mom.
She is the mom. Singing does not put food on the table.
No.
My thing is this. Now, I'm not trying to be that person, but I'm like, they're like, oh, it's a reunion of the cast. I'm like, that's a teenager in that choir. They were not in that movie. They just getting filler folks. No. This is not the original cast. This is not them. Some of them are them, but this is not them. The next thing was, this aged voice comment reminds me of, did you watch the reunion for, like the vocal performance reunion for Brandy Cinderella?
A little bit, yeah.
Girl, I was like, let Randy do it.
Ooh,
Let Randy
some of
take it
y'all are
over.
hey, and y'all have,
Yikes.
and we can tell that you have not taken care of these voices, child.
No, and we can also tell that when you recorded it, you were in your best voice that day
Yes.
in the studio with T just sitting right next to the mic.
Even
Mm-mm.
Whoopi girl.
Well, she can't sing. There's that.
No, well, well,
I'm
yes.
like, why would you
Celie
make her
was
sing
never
live?
singing.
Never, baby. They wait till it went to the Broadway. And then they
Okay.
had her sing. Even in the movie, you're like, she's kind of giving me something that's giving movie singing.
Yeah.
Why would you make her do it live? That was just messy on the
The
producer's
la la
part.
la's. I said,
She struggled.
flat,
She,
flat,
you're so nasty, Jaden.
and then, and then. So for Joyful was the, I don't know if I'll say the better performance because they both struggled through. I think we have been very nice to them as a culture, which I understand and I'm not against. Um, but I could not be so nice because actually there's no reason. I just didn't necessarily love it as much as everyone else seemed to have loved it. I was not gagging. Like I was
This one, you
if
mean, not the original. This one.
this are you crazy? I'm talking about the
Yeah, I was
reunion
gonna say,
performance.
Jaden,
I'm not talking
don't,
about the Sister Act 2.
yeah,
I'm talking
don't start
about
lying.
whatever was
The
on
View.
my YouTube
Yeah.
last week. That's what I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about.
Okay, I
Because
had to make sure.
when I saw it, I said, "Oh, this is interesting." Um, I don't know what made y'all think we needed this, and I still don't understand why you think we should have it. Even after recording it, I would have looked at it and probably thought twice about releasing it. I maybe would have sent it to the group chat, put
The
it in
group chat.
the company newsletter for the week. Like I probably would have put it there or just upload it to YouTube and just let it exist and whoever finds it finds it. But to promote or share or do anything past uh uploading unlisted, yeah, I probably wouldn't have done that myself because it just wasn't to me. Everyone else loved it, so I'm not going to take the moment away or make it seem like I think the moment of the nostalgia is great, and then to see like where these people are now, and like like that is always a fun thing to do. But as far as what I heard, I did not necessarily love it. So yeah, especially
Oh no.
Happy Day. It might have
That
been a
that
happy
was
day.
tough.
It might have been a happy day in hell because on earth I was not happy. I heard "Oh Happy Day" and he was low key chewing it. No shade, he was low key chewing it, and then it chewed him, and I said, "Oh baby, let's get you home. Let's get you home safely." Okay.
What I want the people to know is that Jaden is really going in on these people. But what I love even more is off show, off camera, going in on people, Jaden, when you just are like kicking their backs in and we're just dragging them to a
Yes,
pure filth.
yes. I'm
This
even like
is
though
mild.
I'm
I'm
like
just
reading
gagged
them. I'm
because,
milding. I'm mild. Yeah, this is very mild for me.
but I'm so gagged because I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe even he's doing even this level of drag. Because something about me, baby, I really go too hard. It kind of scares me sometimes. Like, okay, you going a little too hard. Bring it
But I'm
in,
still trying to be
sweetie.
nice
So because
and
I
finding
don't
the
even want
light.
to, I don't want to even tempt myself with a good time because dragging people is fun. I'm not even about to sit here and lie to you today.
It's so fun.
What I will say, they just don't need to do that again. They don't.
No,
I think that
I'm
we
happy
can.
we got this one.
Uh,
I'm happy
I
enough. Oh, happy day.
oh
We have
happy
this
right.
one, and I'm happy y'all kept it
But
with
Jane,
these
this is
two
the
songs.
second
And
time they've done this. This is the
is it?
second time that they've done this. Not they did it for Sister Act 1. Like they had a reunion with the other sisters and Whoopi Goldberg singing. I don't know if it was on The View or what, but it was very much this. And it was the sisters singing versus like the students. And that was fun because it was like, oh my gosh, she's so old now. Okay, I didn't say
Right.
that. I'm sorry. That was nasty. Oh my gosh, look how much she's grown.
She's grown. Yeah.
She's older. These sisters, like, oh my gosh, that was the young sister. And now look at her. Oh, that's so sweet. I'm so glad that they're
Right.
all still alive. I'm glad there's still live performances are going to get the girls every time. What? She was 70 in that movie and she's still alive. Now this, it didn't do it for me personally. At first it did. For Oh Happy Day, I was like, oh, and then I peered in. Who is that teenager in the third row?
That really pissed you off.
Badly, because I'm like, because the caption says, what does the caption say?
Reunion
of the original cast. And then when he sang the lead, first of all, I just couldn't believe they set Whoopi Goldberg up like that for failure. That was crazy. Like making her sing lines crazy.
And she starts the song off. And first of all, she's supposed to be setting the key and like setting up the song. Girl, how you setting the key and you flat?
Done threw us all off. Done threw everybody off. We don't know what the note's supposed to be. The pianist is like
la 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 la. I was like
la 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 girl.
La 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 la. Huh?
First of all, they need to just go ahead and hurry up and announce when the third one's coming out. I can't take this anymore. It's getting on my nerves. You're about to piss me off. I just want the team to get more creative with the promo because we can't keep having these children sing. I just won't do it. I just simply won't do it. If anything, they should have put Sheryl Lee Ralph in the habit, and then I would have been gagging.
Why are they even making a third one?
Correct. And you know who's producing it, right?
Oprah.
Girl, we wish. Her best.
Tyler.
Yep. Tyler Perry. Yep.
Today drained. Like, Tyler, leave us alone. You had us with Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Christina's gone.
Christina's gone. Like,
that was really good. That was good stuff.
Great. Thank you. After that, leave us alone. You could have left us alone after for Color Girls.
Before.
At least. No, hold on.
No, I said what I said.
No. And you might have, but I'm not saying that. Because for Color Girls, low key was a game changer. Not a game changer, but like a cultural reset. That movie.
If we're being honest, the first season of The Haves and the Have-Nots, he did what needed to be done.
Girl,
the first season.
Have not seen
it was fun. Okay, girl, because you wasn't.
I'm not.
And you wasn't shooting in the gym.
I never want to see it. Actually, personally, I don't want to see.
I'm sorry.
Greenwood. What's the other one?
Like,
the Green.
First of all, watch your mouth because Greenleaf is not Tyler Perry. That's OWN network. That's Oprah. Yes, Oprah's in it, but it's good.
I know
it is so.
I did watch some of that. It was.
You would love it, girl. The tea that comes out about the family, girl.
First of all, the Have and Have-Nots. That's when it started coming out that he's writing all the shows and all that.
Yes, it was obvious. That
first season, sure, but then that second season, when now he gay and now he got AIDS, or now she's sleeping with somebody, and this one's sleeping with the dad, and this one's sleeping with the uncle, this one's sleeping in the grass. Like, I just can't take it.
I'm thinking you really actually may have watched it, low key.
Actually, you know what I'm saying?
But you know what? Actually, I also liked Obsessed. No, not Obsessed. Temptation.
I enjoy Temptation. Everyone talks so much trash about Temptation.
It's terrible.
I thought it's so bad. But I kind of lived for it. Like, it was good. It was interesting. It was like messy.
So messy.
Tyler Perry is a messy bottom.
He's the messiest one. And you know, a movie was not good. The last one with Kelly Rowland. And that to me is nutty.
Still didn't see it. Mea culpa?
Yeah, don't. I watched it for obvious reasons.
Right.
Kelly Rowland and Javante Rhodes.
I didn't see that, but
for that you should. Girl, I'm like, his butt cheeks are in it because Tyler Perry wanted to see them. That's it.
Well, yeah.
Did not advance the plot. Does not advance the plot. Anyway, we have to move on because, girl, and you're supposed to be leading this shit. Meanwhile, you guys talking about butt cheeks.
Anyway, just real quick for the RHOA stuff. Did you hear? I talked to you about the cast, and I talked about that. Yeah. So it recently came out that a Kenya Moore salon opening uncovering event. She does a Kenya Moore fashion thing, and does a presentation or like a you don't have the easel up and it's like things that they put on there. She's pulling things off about one of the girls. Like showing like, and she does fraud and she has these issues and like old Kenya Moore is out to play.
They need ratings, and it's gonna work on me.
We may have to be around. And Portia has been kind of spilling a lot of tea about the show so far and about like who she was like the girls are clocked in except one. Somebody need to wake her up.
Oh my!
Like, the girls is around. Her and Kenya are cool. They said they're friends this season, so that's exciting because I would love to see Portia and Kenya A on the town, but B reading girls down. So like I'm living. I'm excited, especially because I think one of the girls is Portia's ex-wife's sister, the one that she stole the man from.
Okay, yeah. What was her name? Fallon.
Fallon, yeah. Her sister is one of the housewives. So we gonna get all that.
Andy
we gonna get
is
all that with
so
They're
messy.
so messy. But I need it, and I'm excited for it.
Finally,
but anyway,
good TV, Joe.
Something I'm not excited about.
Okay.
Recently on Twitter, it came out, but on a live stream, let me see whose live stream was. Whose live stream? Mike appeared Sunday night on the Ty Lil Show, an independent Twitch channel hosted by podcaster Ty Lil James in New York City. Think of Kai Cenat kind of thing, just without Kai Cenat. TMZ, stop talking to me, please.
So a stream, like we know what a stream
is. We know what a live stream is. Stop playing. Y'all are just never mind. I'm not gonna be interested. Michael Rainey Jr., one of the actors on Power, and more specifically Power Book 2 Ghost. I think the show's still on, or just got, I don't know. 50 Cent show that comes on Stars was assaulted by the sister of the streamer on the stream live, and 20 minutes later he left the room, like he left the house, which they were streaming at. And since it's happened, there's been so much discourse online, and men are coming to the scene ready to point the finger at women somehow, instead of actually getting their own justice for the things that are harming them. It's just these things don't just happen to women, they happen to men too. And it's like, yeah, y'all just want to one up, but y'all don't actually want your justice or like your rectification.
Yeah, like I said, it's the thing where we talked about this before, where it's like you said, these things, it's true, they don't just happen to women, they happen to everyone. At the same time, the reason that it's not normalized to talk about, no matter who the assault person, the person doing the assault is, no matter what gender they are, it's not normalized to talk about because of what system put in place by what people, men. You're the one who's making it okay. Like, not okay, but you're normalizing the behavior. You're the one who's making it a shameful thing to come forward about. You're bragging about all the things. Oh, you were whatever age. Yo, you a man now. That's so cool. No.
Right.
No, that's not cool. Let's talk about this thing. Because, of course, I know the other argument is that women, which is true, women are also capable of violence. Obviously.
Yes.
Obviously.
As we see.
Obviously. But the thing is like, baby, the people who really kind of make the rules, unfortunately, and who set the tone for what's okay,
for what unfortunately,
like, yes,
who
and what is okay
said violence, like no one else. And so I'm gonna read his story post that he made about the situation. He said, at this point, everyone has seen the viral. Sorry, I made that up. At this point, everyone has seen the video circulating online. I'm still in shock and don't fully know how to process what happened last night. This is an unfortunate situation that I do not condone in any way. I can't take it lightly because I know I would be in serious trouble if the roles were reversed. Put a pin in that. I'll finish and then we'll come back to that. The fact is, sexual assault is never okay, regardless of gender or status. We're all human and we should respect each other. Most importantly, we should always respect ourselves. Okay. And
Wait,
yes,
this is the streamer's post.
this is the person who was assaulted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and this, I'm going to use his post kind of for the speaking point because he's the one who posted it, and this is the most recent incident that happened to him. But even to put into your post, I can't take it lightly because I know I would be in serious trouble if the roles were reversed, is just violence towards women again. Because you wouldn't have to say that if what you were after was like a rectified situation
Right, justice.
or actual accountability being held. It's you have to do this because if it was reversed, it would be taken seriously, which isn't even true. Like that's not even the case. That's not even true.
Girl, not even close to true.
Like I don't know where this come from. Where women are believed when we just witnessed what happened to Cassie, and it's a when conversations of abuse and assault are always just about being believed. Like why is that? It's always the first thing of like, oh, I believe
Mm-hmm.
them. I don't believe them, and it's like, well, I don't know if it's our job or responsibility to believe or not believe. It's our
Mm-hmm.
responsibility to hold people accountable to their actions.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't take it lightly because I know I would be in serious trouble if the roles were reversed. Why don't we talk about how you were done? Like something happened to you, and you're still talking about how if this happened to a woman based on your actions, you'd be like. I don't get the
I
correlation
can't
or
stand
the
people get
need.
all hypothetical.
Like,
Girl,
there's no need
let's
to
think
say
about the
that.
actual thing.
Something happened to you, and you can address that and you can talk to that and speak to that incident without having to say like if it was the other way around, this would be yada yada yada. We know
Why I even mentioned you gotta take it serious because, well, we kind of can assume why you would need to take it serious because
because you were
it
assaulted.
was you. It's your own self. And that comment, that sentence was obviously in there for
It,
men.
and it's like it's
To pander
telling.
to other men.
But
Yeah.
and what I'll also say is it's really sad and unfortunate that the only justification for holding this kind of thing accountable, like holding someone accountable to this, is based on the reverse of you doing this to someone else. Like
Mm,
your violence is the only reason why you think you should have some type of justice or rectifying towards something that happened to you. Like, mind you, this is
right.
also Men's Mental Health Month, and this is what y'all are doing. Like, y'all are running around saying like, this happens to men's too. This happened to men too, and it's like y'all are trying to have a one up and not justice. And I don't get the point in this kind of spinning around, pointing versus like establishing or understanding that you've been harmed, and it's okay to want to feel protected or to regain some sense of uh autonomy because something has happened to you on live stream that's now being viral, and your own boss is on Twitter saying that he wasn't assaulted and he's not pressing charges, so we good. What?
That's so frustrating. That is so frustrating. And the thing that also does, like saying, "Oh, this happens to women too," it minimizes the it for everybody. Oh, well, I mean, if it's everybody, if it happens to everyone, then it happens to no one. Like it's not that deep. Like, oh,
Right.
well, yeah, I mean, it happened to him, but it happens to women all the time. So who cares? Well,
And
no.
the only people who are not allowing men to talk about it are men. Like that's my issue. Like patriarchy developed that. A man's doing has built that system. So y'all trying to justify the violence against women by saying it happens to men too isn't the serve you think it is. Like fight for your justice over trying to justify or just trying to equate the two. Like it's still assault regardless. Like it's assault regardless of who it was done to or who it was done by. Seek your justice because if it was one of the men on that live, we'd be having a whole different conversation.
Oh, for sure. But what I also don't understand, well, I understand why people do it because they're annoying, but it just gets on my nerves so badly whenever something happens to a specific group and then they bring up the other groups that it happens to. Like, for example, like oh, well, it happens to women too, as a way to like, Yeah, I mean, I already said this. Like, okay, my brain just went completely empty. I'm gonna be real with you. I thought if I kept
Okay,
talking, I would find it.
I get it. No, that's real. And it's
The
really, I get
yeah,
it.
go ahead. Mm-mm.
Outside of that, I do hope that he does get some sort of peace from this situation, because not only
Mm-hmm.
did you get assaulted, you also have it live streamed, and
Yeah,
you have a million eyes watching you, a million opinions on you, so much to the point where you felt that you had to make a social media post about it. No, this is what 50 Cent said. They have it on here. Wait, sexual assault from a male perspective, this was an aggressive advance. LOL, he's fine. No charges are being pressed.
that's such a weird thing to say. What a predatory thing to say.
About your employee.
LOL, he's fine. Did you ask him if he was fine, or you're just assuming? Because he's probably not, honestly. If he was
He's
uncomfortable and he had to leave.
If he left 20 minutes after due to his discomfort, maybe he's not okay. Maybe and charges aren't the only way to get justice, or to get some
It's not
sort
a
of
signifier of something being wrong.
okay. Okay, he didn't press charges, but she still should be held accountable for her actions.
Please. Ciao.
And how she did it. It's almost like this is also a chance to look at a cycle of abuse, because for her to be so comfortable doing that almost points to her own violence being somewhere, like the own violence that she's faced being somewhere in her sphere of life. Because I don't think it's appropriate, and as a person who understands consent, I wouldn't walk up to somebody and grab the genitals, whether I'm dating them with that's not happening, because it's about someone's personal space and autonomy. And so for you to just do that, it's almost like pulls into question, why do you think that's okay? I think now's the time to investigate the fallout of other abuses that have happened before this second, because there's no way that you've gone through life thinking that this was okay.
But also, there were children in this video too.
There were children in the video. So it was
just too much.
Time and place isn't even a factor here. I don't get
Did
that
not
either.
care.
There's children literally sitting in front of them while this is happening.
But also, more than that, her own brother is right there. Girl, this whole family don't care.
But why? Why are you doing this? Why
did the brother make a statement
for clout? I'm not sure. I think he did, but I don't know where that's at, Joe.
Probably sucks.
Hold on, here it is. After the actions that occurred during my stream last night, I would like to sincerely apologize to Michael and his family for what took place. My little sister was completely wrong and out of line. Ooh. What she did was very inappropriate and unacceptable. I am truly embarrassed and disgusted by her actions. Oh. I completely respect whatever decision Michael wants to go in this situation. After watching the clip, I was completely taken back by what she done. First of all, this is hard to read. I will take extreme precautions with future streams to avoid similar issues and have banned her from participating in future streams. Gosh. I do not condone any type of assault. He ate.
Now that's how you do a post, honestly. He's disgusted. Meanwhile, 50 Cent's like, LOL, he's good.
LOL, smiley face, 50 Cent.
That was a good message, honestly. He kind of chewed his sister up. That was kind of crazy.
He did. And he said, basically, she's actually never allowed back because of what she did to you. Because I can see even getting him on the show. That probably wasn't easy to do.
No, literally, you're messing up.
And what that does for your future guests, they're not going to want to come. It's going to mess up a bunch of opportunities for you, because this is your family. And then this is where y'all consider to be normal, what it seems like. Especially there were children in front of you. So when children are present and you do something, that's considered normal.
Why would she do that?
There's no hesitation. Crazy. That's a normal thing, in my opinion.
Literally, I don't even want to know what went through her mind, because I know it's girl, what would possess you to do something like that? Number one, online. Cloud. Number two, at all. Girl, there's got to be a better way. There has got to be a better way.
It must be. But yeah, I'm really sorry for this happening in this way. Really at all, but specifically in this kind of public sphere all eyes on you live thing. Like there's not even something you could edit out or have adjusted to at least maintain some kind of privacy. This is something people actually watched happen. So
but
it's really unfortunate.
It's really unfortunate.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say, but also really want to hold space for the people who this brings something up for. Like anytime something like this goes viral or becomes a popular thing where people are going to be potentially supporting it but also ridiculing it, like it's the thing where they say like this celebrity isn't going to see your tweet where you're being like nasty and
but
rude,
your friends are.
but your friend is, who you don't know what they're battling. You don't know what these people are battling. So it's really, every time this kind of things happen, it just sucks for people, like, you know, have to relive something or just like recompartmentalize whatever things they worked out. And 50 Cent's comment is so nasty. I can't even believe he's still on the internet. Like, number one, he's 800 years old. Number two, you literally have a job to do.
He's
and
also problematic.
You have work to do, and you on the internet playing on your phone.
You loud about Diddy, but we could run them receipts too.
Quickly, lengthy, please.
Very.
I don't say the girls just don't be quiet like Jay-Z. Just sit there and eat your food.
Quiet because he know if we open,
his time is going to come.
It's coming.
He's quiet.
It's on route.
Because his friends are loud. That's why.
Well.
Anyway.
So yes, sorry.
Speaking of loud.
Not jokingly, like sorry to that man, but I'm very sorry to that man. Nicki Minaj. Today on Twitter, now known as X, but child, I don't know what that means. What's funny is you still go to twitter.com. You don't go to x.com. Yeah, because I was using the website for a while instead of like having it download on my phone, and it's still twitter.com.
Probably because he fired all the programmers.
Yeah, even when you look it up to like download the app, you have to type in Twitter. If you type in X, it's not going to pop up.
That's funny.
She tweeted randomly, yes, and then almost like, you know, starting a new paragraph, single, ellipsis. So obviously the Twitter was confused because, girl, what the hell are you talking about? Everyone's like, girl, this means she's coming out with a new single. A new single is on the way. A new single. Whole time she crying on stage. Like boohoo crying, like really bad. Performing there's a song on her most recent album called Let Me Calm Down, from her album Pink Friday 2. And it's about her relationship with him and like something that they kind of went through earlier on. And it was really about codependency, the song. And so she was performing that song like in tears. And it's just so, and she just started the second leg of her tour. So like, and she's just coming off of getting arrested. Like I can imagine this.
Wait, she was getting arrested for what?
You didn't hear about this when she got arrested?
No, girl. Who would have told me?
She was in. Well, true. She was in Amsterdam, and there was, first of all, there has been an issue every time she lands somewhere. Not even her man don't even be there. Let me also say that man was not there around. Every time she was landing places, they would want to do like 4 searches on her for no reason. Like literally nothing would instigate this. They would be like, excuse me, we want to check your stuff again. Or they would hold her stuff, or they would delay her stuff. It just kept happening to her. So she was in Amsterdam. One, she was excited. She tweeted like, I never have interest in Amsterdam. I'm so excited to be there. Lily lands, and there's she goes on live to show like what was happening because she's dealing with the police, of course. But they had found marijuana in her team's luggage. And it's not legal in Amsterdam. So
how not?
That's what I'm confused about.
Maybe it's also not legal to bring that American ganja.
That's what I'm saying. You also could not travel or be in the airport with marijuana in your luggage or whatever. And they were only taking her down to make a statement about it, but she did not want to go. So because of that, they arrested her. She only had to pay like $450 and a fine. But it was still it was so dumb. It was so annoying and a waste of time. But she did get arrested, and it was on live, so it made it worse because now we all see it. But then, like, that was probably 2 weeks ago. So to be dealing with that, and dealing with your tour, having to constantly be checked on and berated by different police in each place, and then also probably privately going through a breakup, or like, you know, the almost breakup, you know, the arguing, the back and forth, the emotions of that, like, and then to break up, and then now has to still be on your tour while now announcing that you're single, like this, and you just started your second leg, so you're about to do a whole nother like run of shows. Like, how sad is that you are now having to put on for your fans in a time where you want to be like curled up and like grieving and holding your child and, you know, like in your own space. And this is really unfortunate. Though I'm happy. This is an oh happy day because, you know, she's no longer with and now we can move on. And I think Nicki Minaj will do so much more without someone holding her back, because he was a stain on her, like a little stain on her, bad. A stain, his little image brought her down, and that's a lot for a Nicki Minaj. Like, he's literally a nobody. So for his image to bring her down so aggressively, yeah, no. And you did so much behind him that it was like it didn't help you at all.
Embarrassing.
It was really embarrassing. It
really honestly
was. But I'm happy she's. It's hard because, you know, breaking up and like emotions and all that. I'm happy. Me personally, as a fan, I'm not happy that she's, you know, having a divorce and all those things. I'm happy she's getting a divorce from him, but I'm not happy that she's, you know, going through such hard times all so soon. But I hope that it molds her into like a better person.
Probably not, but I am happy that they're done. I'm sad she's sad, but I'm happy that they're done. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
me too.
He's really embarrassing. Like, embarrassing is not even a big enough word. Really.
No, but we're gonna have to just use that one because the other ones are a little vulgar.
Girl, him, be for real.
Why?
Really? And a baby. Say it with a straight face, girl.
And don't play. Did you see? You didn't. Did you see Leomi talking about Renaissance?
No, but this is the second time. This better not be a sneak.
It's not a sneak. She was on a podcast. I forget the name of the show. It was all trans women, and she was reading a question, and she was like, "How did you feel that Beyonce didn't have any femme queens on tour?" And she was like, "Honestly, I was a little disappointed, because femme queens created the thing that she's trying to highlight and celebrate. So to not see any of us up there was just like, why'd you do it halfway?" And then she was like, and what she had said, she was like, I auditioned. She was like, but I didn't hear about the auditions till the day before, or like the day of or whatever. She was like, so I didn't really audition, but she was like, I'm also not doing the choreography. Like, that was the other thing. She was like, I know Plenty of Girls is probably not about to do all that choreo and be traveling, because you have to be ready for that and be ready to be intensive and all that. She was like, but when they had spotlights, or the moment where the girls was coming out and when Honey would do her thing, she was like, that's when they could have had femme queens come out, even like city to city, bringing different girls out and having them showcase, like, and teach, and because that would have got no shade, like the femme queens. Oh my gosh, that
Naomi would have been iconic,
bruh.
In Philly.
So like, people, and you know, what was interesting, the post that this was on, it was on Gay Magazine or something, one of the gay Instagram pages. Sure. Girl, that's X-rated. It's like, I don't know. The comments, they read her, girl, she's not perfect, y'all trying to make her do it, whatever. And I'm like, this is a very valid critique. Like, she's not saying she didn't also go, she didn't also enjoy herself, she didn't also have a great time. She's just saying, and there's a room full of trans women, trans Black women, saying that they agree, like they wish that there was a femme queen up there that was able to, you know, showcase who built this thing, like who built ballroom and who has continued to maintain ballroom. So and of course all the comments, gay men, gay cis men, just all like y'all need to get over it, y'all need to and it's like,
girl,
look at them.
they're gonna do it every freaking time. And the thing that is annoying to me is that they're acting like they're just randos on the internet like us.
Right.
These are literally icons. Do you think that she doesn't know what she's talking about? Baby,
Like
she was there. She was there. She taught these girls actually. And honestly, it never made sense. Some of the people that were on tour with her to me, but I was like, maybe I'm disconnected. I don't really see why. I don't see how they fall into
okay.
this. They're doing a great job, and some people were gagging, but I'm like, okay, I can swap them out for a couple people. But also to me, it's like when you're an icon, I don't even see why she would have even been asked to audition.
That's what I'm saying. Me personally, it would have been incorporated as soon as you do the research of, because Beyonce is she's a research girl.
That's what I'm saying, girl. Like
so
it was easy for her.
you know the history, you know how to start, and I'm not even necessarily blaming her particularly because
I mean you have to
that are involved, but the person who's in charge kind of gets the blame. But I'm just like, why didn't you have femme queens up there? Though it's definitely like you have to audition, that is the process. But when they pointed out that there was spotlight moments that could have had them, because I know some femme queens, and I know how the girls get. They wasn't doing all that choreo. No shade.
No.
Like they was playing who would have, and they probably just didn't audition or they probably just didn't make the cut, which is fine. Like don't give it to them just because they're trans women, because like they have to be able to dance. We have to put on a show. I'm saying if they aren't up to par, if they eat and they trans women, give it. They should be first to hire. But if it's like, girl, you can barely dance now. Don't even try and get up here and choreo, whatever. But for them to be like, well, they had spotlight moments, we could have been a part of that. I'm like, that's very true. Like, that's very accurate. And in some places, girls will come as guests. Like, there wasn't, but there was also butch queens. Like, they was not.
I wouldn't even
know why you guys bother at the point. Like, sorry, I don't know why that.
I mean, no, literally, I don't really even. I would not even have wanted to see Naomi as like literally no shade a backup dancer. Like that's
she doesn't get
that doesn't even make sense. That would literally
a lot of moves
not make sense. Even just doing 2 minutes of research, which Beyonce I'm sure did more than 2 minutes. So I mean, I am going to blame her. Unfortunately, please don't sad.
True.
Because if you could arrange to have like Meg Thee Stallion in this city, Kendrick in this city, baby, you could have got her.
Right.
Boom, put her on stage. Nobody would have been like, that dancer wasn't here the whole time, and now they are. They'd be like, oh my gosh, that dancer. Oh wait, is that?
And
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Where Honey wasn't even on the show, and you had someone else come in and do the
spotlight.
And
once again, still not understanding that.
Could have been femme
why the heck? Why the heck? Who? Why?
Why is Honey here?
Why is Honey here? Why is Honey here on any show? I'm just a little bit confused about that personally.
Honey, and don't get Honey eats down, but how did we find the white girl instead of
not find? How do we push past?
No, how did we? How did we find the white girl and give her the top spot?
Because we pushed past the black ones. That's why.
Well, yes.
They were in the audition room, like they squinted to see who was the light. You in the back,
right? It was also probably like they wanted a name that was recognizable or that already had pulled some esteem. But it's like there's other Naomi, like there's other girls who could do that.
Girl, I don't care about. Honey is not selling them tickets, please.
No.
Please. And even if you wanted that, you still could have did somebody black.
Right.
Can't even really sing along to Black Parade. Just on the stage smiling.
I don't know
how
she
that
was
work?
Up there.
No, she no. I didn't see her. I wasn't looking for her. I don't know.
Me neither. I saw Blue Ivy.
I agree with Naomi 100%.
Me too. When she said it, I was like, this is true. I agree.
I don't care. 100%.
100%. Yep.
First of all, we couldn't even argue with her even if we didn't agree, baby. We wasn't there.
Right. And
our name is not attached to nothing, baby. I'm not an icon, I'm not a legend. I'm not even nothing, actually.
Nope.
So, I mean, come on now. Let's just be honest. She's the best to do it. I mean, a literal living.
Honey literally is learning, and all the things we gag about Honey, Naomi
Studying.
did 20 years ago.
Still doing today. Now what? Girl, moving on.
Anyway, hold on.
Now it's time for take it or leave it. This is where Jaden and I give out solicited advice that is it's come a long way from 2020. We are older now. We're both adults. So the advice is a little more it makes more sense. So
Mhm.
before it's like take it or leave it, but now it's like most likely take it. If you're corny, leave it. And if you want to get advice from us, write in at challengeanywaypod@gmail.com. So
Do it.
let's pop over to that document. The girls that wrote in today, thank you for your service. I'm gonna keep y'all anonymous, but just know if you act up, I might have to spill it. Um, Also, I haven't read any of these. I just copy and pasted them straight into the doc because I want to be shocked too. And because of that reason, I think I will read the first one because I know it. I don't see but only one or two periods in this paragraph. So I'm going to read
Okay.
it. I'm going to work through it for us.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So it says, in quotes, a quote, friend of mine and a friend, what? A friend of
And,
mine and
and friend.
friend is
First
doing
of all,
some
baby,
heavy
hold
lift.
on, hold on, hold on. If
Oh,
you're gonna work
I
through
see
it,
what it meant. Oh my
if you're gonna
goodness.
work
I
through it, you're gonna
see.
have to be able to read. See,
No, no,
this is how
but
you get them books so fast.
girl, because I just keep going. I'm like,
You just keep you don't even be understanding what it's saying. You be like,
no,
next sentence.
girl, gotta move on. Maybe it'll make sense on the next page. Okay, I see what's going on here now. A friend of mine, and this should have been in parentheses. And friend is doing some heavy lifting in this sentence. Rarely ever hits me up or reaches out, and when I reach out, literally only because girl, hold on. I'm gonna have to cuss her out because, girl, what
Uh,
does this
hold on.
say?
Let me,
No, okay, let me just paraphrase it, girl. So a friend of
can I
hers
do
who's
it?
not really a friend. Yeah, you can definitely try. Oh,
No, go
oh,
ahead.
she
I don't know.
will
I don't
be
even
getting
know.
cussed out.
I don't even know if I could do it. Okay, I'm gonna
Oh
try.
my
I'm gonna
gosh, this
try.
is really wearing me
A
out.
friend, a friend of mine, and friend is doing some heavy lifting in the sentence. Rarely ever hits me up or reaches out, and when I reach out, literally only because it be laid on my spirit to do so, not because I want to. It's always, OMG, I've been meaning to call you, or I was gonna call you today. Blah blah blah, blase blah. She, first of all, that's literally the word blaze, but you're lucky. I understand. Blase blah. He then tells me about how she was such sucky friend. She has such sucky friends. Goes into details about the ways they are bad friends. Meanwhile, she ain't no friend of mine. Last night, I
Uh-uh.
kindly told her about herself, and she claims she would do better. But this ain't the first time I had to get her together. Clearly, there's some reason God keeps placing it in my heart to reach out to her, but she doesn't have too many more chances with me.
And you don't have too many more chances with me with the way
Okay,
you wrote
with
your
us.
skin.
What
Now I
grade
know
are you in?
I harassed you to send me something, but baby, if you need more time, just say that.
Girl, this gives Siri wrote it. This is Chat GPT.
Hell, okay, so let me get into because let me try to help you. Let me say that back out loud just to make sure I know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
A fake friend never hits you up, and whenever you hit her up, it's not because you want to. It's because
You
you
feel
feel it
called
in your
to.
heart to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then every time you do is, you just the person I've been meaning to talk to. Okay, girl, then you should have did it. And then it's like, oh my gosh, my friends are so bad. And you told her about herself. Honestly, I love that for you. Keep doing that. Not a question mark in sight, so I'm not sure. But but truly I completely as a Scorpio girl, I would have ignored that spirit. Girl, you
Mm,
are a faithful servant of the Lord because I would have ignored. Yeah, it would have
mm.
been a no. And also good for you for getting her together because that was very kind of you to call her out, honestly. Because I wouldn't have. I would have just let you go on being a bad friend to other people. I do it all the time, unfortunately. God's not done with me yet. Um Yeah, people who are bad friends, who have bad friends, it's like I don't know who to believe. It's possible that you guys are all just bad friends, but what's
Mm,
more annoying is when people are good friends to some people, but in your life they're like a bad friend. So when they tell a
right,
story about what they did with that person, you're like, "Well, dang, you didn't give me nothing for my birthday,
right.
and
And
you took
also,
her
you
to
do know how to treat
Tulum."
people, right?
That's what I'm, and that gets on my nerves so bad. Um, I don't believe for one single second that you did anything kindly when you got her together. I don't believe that.
No.
But if you want to screenshot as proof, I would appreciate that. Thank you so much for writing in. The next
Um.
one. Oh, sorry. Do you have something to say?
Yes. Uh. I think I've been in this situation before, and
Oh, for sure.
I think also what has to happen is you may have to also check into where you may not be a good friend to somebody, because I don't think everyone can be the best friend to everyone. Um, and I think this is one of those moments where you have to realign your friendships. Um, I call it like putting people in their places. So how I see relationships is like a orbit around me. Not to say like I'm sitting in the universe, but like just to kind of help establish. And it's like rings. So it's
Visualizing,
like
right?
first level, second level, third level, and then it's like you they
Hmm.
get placed. They get placed based on who they know, or like who I know associated with them, but they also get placed like based on my relationship to them. So say like it's a friend of mine who I got cool with, but I know them through my cousin. They'll be
Right.
associated in the same like linear line as my
Section.
cousin, but they may not be in the same like row,
Mm-mm-mm.
or the same like ring.
Mm-hmm.
And so when things like this happen, I think it's definitely call them in and be like, you're not really a good friend to me, and blah blah blah. And based off that, you'll see kind of if they are able to keep up with what you consider to be a good friend, because that's also relative to a person. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so then it's time for you to place them. Like, and if they aren't meeting the standards of where you have placed them, it's time to move them. Like they are only going to
Correct.
do the capacity of what they can do, and they're doing it already. So even if they do it for the next 2 weeks and they reach out to you more often, or do whatever, for that consistency to happen randomly and there not be a change of circumstance outside of one conversation, like it's not like we now live together, or I
Mm.
live closer to you, or like uh you're dating my cousin or my brother, or like it's not anything like that. It's just I told you this thing happened. You're going to address it for maybe the next week and a half, but then you're probably going to just revert back to normal. Um, then it's on you to rearrange your placement and where this person holds. Because instead of constantly being disappointed, it may be better to reposition where they sit in your life. So
Mm-hmm.
there is no disappointment. It's just an understanding of who they are. If you want to keep them around, for sure. Like that's also
Well,
part of it.
that's a
But it's like,
question.
if I know this person, if I consider them a best friend, but they only act like a friend of on my show, uh, then they have to be moved into that spot. And because if I keep them here, I'm going to constantly be feeling this way. Versus if
Right.
I put them in a spot where like I don't actually expect anything from you, and I honestly won't be calling you as much either, then you won't have that feeling of you're not getting something out of this relationship. If that makes sense. I hope that
That
makes
makes
sense.
perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. And I think what you said about the rings, although it was a little bit tricky to follow at first,
It was.
was spot on though. But even more than that, where they fall on your ring and your orbit may not be where you fall on theirs. And I think that
Yep.
sometimes people forget that it's like, yeah, girl, you're the first person that you text this person first whenever, but girl, they got 100 people before you in line. And it's really
Yeah.
not their fault. Like I don't really understand when people are like upset when people do exactly what you expected them to do. Like if this person, and are they being a bad friend, or they're just not being the type of friend like you said that you laid out for them. Like if they don't text you back immediately, that doesn't make them a bad friend. They're just not going to text you back immediately. If they never hit you up, first of all, they have a life. Like if you already know they're not going to do it, you're kind of continuously setting them up to fail. Like once I, like you said, and you move them. Now, I in my mind, I visualize it differently than as literal orbit or a circle. It's just like, okay, now I got your number. Like I see what's going
Right,
on. I'm not gonna call a different number and expect you to pick up. I know what you're about now, and whenever you do the thing, it also helps for your own peace of mind to not be as upset. Like, oh girl, I don't care. Yeah, she don't ever ask. I ask her how she's doing, and she don't ever ask me how I'm doing.
right,
That's just what she gives, and now I know I'm moving different. Like because I was
right,
asking because I care, but now I really don't care, so I'm not gonna ask. I think that's just like fair to you, but also just fair to them. Like you just setting them up to fail. Once
right.
again,
And you'll
she
constantly be
might be
disappointed.
every single time, so you're only wasting your own time by keeping them in the first or second ring. And girl, push them back,
Push
keep
them back
her
further. And
periphery.
and understand both your boundaries around like these things, because that'll maintain someone's position in your universe,
Hmm.
but also understand that there are benchmarks to getting closer. So it's like if they start to exhibit things that make that they actively are trying to be closer, or they follow suit to you're right, I want to, then you reposition them again. Like the great thing about the concept of this is a it's mental, so hello, but b it's like these are changing, you're able to move people, and it doesn't mean like someone is stagnant in whatever position that you put them in. It's right now these people are here, this person's there, that person's over there, that person is floating in outer space somewhere because I couldn't take it no more. And it's like, and that person is likely not going to orbit back, but everyone else is still movable. And it's about your boundaries of where they are placed, but also understanding that there's potential for everyone to be moved. Everyone, the people you think are closest, you may have to one day push them to the furthest ring out. And
Hmm.
I'm not saying that this process
That's
isn't
cool.
hard or
That's
challenging
growth.
or whatever, but it does happen. And sometimes what I don't want to happen though is when when you have this thing where like you have someone close to you, and it's really just about proximity, or even if like they do care, they really are active in your life in some way, and then that kind of wanes off. Or even like if you have a conversation and y'all get really like cool and you're
Mm.
talking all the time, they start to move closer in your circles, and then it kind of wanes off. Like the test of movement in your rings has to be a test of time. Like it should not be like we chatting for, I would even say like a month. Like we super close for a month and did a like I would constantly moving, but girl, inches. Don't be trying to jump into the front
Hmm.
of the line now,
Hmm.
because that's how you get your heart broke. Don't
Don't
trust
get
no nigga,
embarrassed.
no. Like do
No.
not get embarrassed at all with people who you see aren't treating you right. Like it's just not worth it.
But also, as a person that is definitely, I've been meaning to call, it's true.
I do.
Like,
That's me bad. When she read it,
like
I
I
said, "Ooh, is this about me?"
was.
But the
Girl,
last part, she's
right.
like,
Was
"I
it
kindly
about
told
me?
her about herself." I'm like, "Oh, that wasn't me."
I haven't been gotten together in that way. Um, because it's true. Like, oh, you know, I would love to call, and then boom, your coworker asked you to do something, and you just like, I just feel like we as a collective, not even our age group, not even our demographic, just right now in the world, there's so much going on. There is so much going on. I would love to just sit around having tea with my friends, catching up on life. But baby, I got bills. Not to say
Yeah,
that you're not important, but girl, you got bills too. Go to work. And I'm gonna call you when I call you, but I love you. And
I
I'm gonna
do
talk
love
to
you.
you later. I just don't understand. And the thing that gets me is and she claims she's gonna do better, but this ain't my first time I had to get her together. Girl, why are you wasting your own time?
Jinkies. We're
And you knew
asking
this
real
was gonna
questions here.
you knew this was gonna happen when you wrote into this show too. Why are you wasting your own time? You had to get her together. Like Jaden, you already know we talked about this podcast 100 times, and I just told you before we recorded, you got one, two times. I'm not
Max.
doing this again. And for getting together, girl, it's one. I'm not getting you together again. I'm just moving it forward. And well,
Yes.
actually, I guess you're moving further in that ring. Why are you getting her together more than once, baby? You know what they say about thick skulls, right? It's clearly not getting through. But also maybe, like Jaden said, reflect on what you're doing. What I think it's actually bad friend vibes to hold someone to a higher standard than they're capable of, and then you're disappointed when they can't reach it. And now the other person feels bad because they can't meet this standard, but it's like, girl, I never said I could.
Right.
And now I'm feeling terrible because I can't keep up. It's
And
just not fair.
it's interesting because oftentimes we do this to the people we want to be with, but there's people we are neglecting who want to be with us. Like
Mm,
people
hmm.
who want to give us the same thing we're looking for in someone else. Like there's probably someone
Yes.
out there who feels the same way about this writer because like they're so focused on these
The
other
other
friendships,
person.
this
Right.
other person who clearly doesn't have that same thing to like give back. And I would look at it more so as that like sometimes people don't have the capacity to do for you what you do for them. And when you don't acknowledge their humanity and like their ability to do, you're going to always feel because you're positioning them to be a robot or someone unnatural or whatever, because we all fall short. There's always a time where you are going to fall short, and there are people literally waiting for you to text back right now or waiting for your phone call right now who think you are closer to them than you may feel that you are. So it's like, while yes, I understand the frustration, I think you're not helping your own sanity,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
and that's
I
sad.
have I have a friend who you know and love, Jaden, who is just one time I was like not able to reach out to them as much as I wanted to or as much as I was able to. And then when I finally chatted with them, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, I feel like I never talked to you anymore, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, girl, what do you apologize for? I know you got life. I know you're busy. I'm not taking it personal. I know if you would, you could. And
Yeah,
ever since then, I'm like, you're so right. And then I really just apply that to other people. Because before I definitely used to give, so you just wasn't going to text me back. But now I'm like, I really don't care. Because
I
first of all, when
don't.
you text me back, I'm not even going to be able to text you back. And I know that we're simplifying. I know this writer, I'm not assuming that their beef with their friend is only related to their texting or calling. I'm sure it's way more nuanced things that are not mentioned here. But just the idea of like, whatever you have the capacity for, subtract to and apply that to other people. Because just because you can do a whole
Right,
bunch of stuff, don't mean everybody else wants. First of all, it's not even about. Sometimes it's not even about the want and like the true want, where it's like I really don't want to talk to you on the phone right now, not because I don't want to, but because I don't want to.
right.
I want to go lay down.
Not
That's
because I
really
don't
what I
want to
want to do.
even just want to talk to you specifically. I don't want to talk.
Correct. Honestly, I think the person who wrote in, I think you should offer some more grace to this friend. I'm not, and I don't think Jaden is saying to keep them close, keep it there,
No,
but stop wasting your own time getting them together. I think that's kind of nasty. Like you
go
telling them
finish your
about
book.
themselves. Now, unless they, stealing people's money and man, then tell her about herself. But girl, you say go finish your book. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay, the next one is kind of long. Do you want to read it or do you want me to read it?
I can read it.
Screaming. Go ahead.
Why do you want to read it?
No, no, I was screaming because of the way you said it. You're like, I can read it.
Right. It's like they're like, who wants to read? And everybody's
No,
like,
literally.
who
I'll
else wants
read.
to
No, literally.
me?
My hand's
And then be
always
like,
up. Now.
when your cute offer, say, okay. So the subject line, I guess, when your cute
Mhm.
offer to help. Oh, okay.
Becomes.
When your cute offer to help becomes a part-time job. A little over a month ago, my coworker asked if I would help him babysit and dog sit a couple of times this summer. I have been looking
Mm,
for a little part-time gig, and this was perfect because one, he lives right behind our office building, so it's convenient, and two, I wanted to make some extra coin on the side.
oh.
However, this request to help a couple of times has turned into a part-time gig because somehow I'm scheduled to be at his house every single day this week and potentially this weekend. Girl, that's a full-time gig. Honestly, I should have known this would happen because the same day he asked me to help, somehow by the end of the same day, I was at his house walking the dog. No, 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 no. Now, to clarify, he did pay me for coming over that day and got me an Uber ride home. So it was a win-win in my book. New gig, well paid, and a ride home. I was going to have to take care of a big but pretty lazy dog that slept all day, and sometimes his 4-year-old, which isn't an issue because he is pretty easy as far as 4-year-olds go.
Mm,
Fast forward to now, his wife is out of. There's two parents. Fast forward to
Right.
now. His wife is out of town this week, so to help, he initially asked me to come twice this week. But when this week rolled around, somehow I was requested for every day along with the weekend. The other issue here is I don't really live close to him or the office, so the last minute requests became pretty big requests simply because it's not super convenient for me to get there on a whim. My coworker is great, and honestly, I love connecting with him on things that I hope to do later on in my career. I'm not sure if I really need advice, but just calling out the people that request help for watching their dog. Wait, what? Oh, and I have been thinking this already because my roommate also dog sits. But sometimes they must forget that this ain't our full time job. I can't come walk her dog for an hour on a whim on a random Wednesday morning, even though I've been doing it for the coin. This is real.
This is pissing me off.
This has already pissed me off. Why I hate people think that because you did a thing for them that now it's their responsibility. Like now it's your responsibility to do this thing all the time. And for things like dog walkers or babysitters, you need a Rolodex. Like you don't need to just be having one that you rely on all the time. Diversify your market. Why are you only relying on one person to do 18 jobs? Capitalist. So that's what I'm not getting. Like, why don't you have a more local person, or why can't you do it? Because don't I work with you?
These
So
are the important questions.
Because I'm like, wait, don't I work with you and have similar hours to you?
Don't you know I have a job? We work together. That's how we met, actually.
So you think, and where are you? Like, where's he while you're dog sitting? See,
Jaden, the story
we
is
don't get
just
enough tea.
it's just pissing me off. This story.
It's so long, and I don't even know where he
pissing me
is.
off. I'll tell you where he is.
When she brought up wife, I said, wait.
You were gagged. I saw you.
I said, this is a 2-parent household.
There's more than one person.
And you're working 7 days a week?
Girl.
When there's a man? Because does he work on the weekend?
That must be when they're hitting the town.
I'm really confused. What is he doing where you have to be there every day? Extra money is one thing, but an extra job that you didn't sign up for? Because it started off, hold on. A little over a month ago, my coworker asked if I would help him baby and dog sit a couple of times this summer.
A couple times this summer.
Him. A couple times. Somehow that's transitioned into
this summer. It's not even summertime yet.
And it is. And then
no, it is.
I'm like, summer solstice has come and gone.
Maybe. I've been inside.
Then you don't live close. Like, this isn't convenient for you, baby, and you're probably actually wasting more money doing this than you are making it. Also, you're wasting your life. At some point, baby, you have to go live. Like, your life can't be confined to dogs and babies, girl.
I just don't think it's fair because it's not like, which is still not fair, but like, you know how if, let's say you live with a baby and that's not yours, and if the mother or the father leaves, you literally have no choice. You have to watch that baby because it's sitting right there.
Yes.
But you told him, no, that's not your problem anymore. That's my thing too, because it's like and it's turned into a full-time gig because did you sign a contract that says you have to come every time he asks? No.
Okay, like, are you under oath? Blink twice.
Jaden, he might have a Rolodex, but you keep saying yes. Just say no, girl. No, I get it.
It's always your fault. Like, it's actually your fault.
Money, I get that.
Say no.
Just getting cash, I get that. Like, just getting cash is definitely cute for sure. But I don't care about no easy as far as 4-year-olds go, because even an easy 4-year-old child is not going to leave you alone for 8 hours. I don't want to be looking at no child on my day off. I'm sorry. That's why I don't have none.
Not only do you need to be practicing saying no, but you also need to learn the gig. Like, you only do that job when you need the money. Like it's not no. I need to be working full time here and getting benefits and severance, like, and all these other things, and establishing my 401k plan to watch Timmy and John. You, it's like, oh, I'm going away this weekend. Let me work. I'm going away next weekend. Let me work this so I can get a little extra cash. Or I'm going. I want to get this bracelet, or I want to go shopping, or I want to go to see this movie. I want to. That's when you work to get your coin up. But to just
Right.
to be there all the time, girl, pack your bag and bring your shit because you clearly live here.
No, it's just not fair. It's silly to me. It's not fair because like that. This is not babysitting. This is actually called nannying. It's a completely different gig.
No, this is called being a mom because you might as well
It
put it
is
like
like
you're you're fully doing it because the wife is out of town, which is
not my
fine
problem.
at all. Because guess who's still here?
The dad.
See,
The
and
dad is
somehow
here.
we end up back at men doing this
Oh
thing
my gosh.
because why did you need help in the first place? Question mark. If she's saying the 4-year-old ain't bad and the dog is lazy and sleeps all day, what the fuck did you need help with?
And the problem I think is people want their cake and they also want to eat it, which is like crazy to me. You have a dog that you chose to have and you have a child, whatever. Because I won't even get into the eugenics, whatever. You got a child and a
Okay.
dog. Okay, girl, maybe you can't go out on the town every day this week. Because to me, it's like you probably spending more money going out and having somebody watch these people and this dog. Girl, was it even worth it? How much you pay this sitter to do
And
this and you got to pay
what
to
are you
go
doing
out?
every day? What are you doing every
That's what I don't
day that you
understand.
need a dog? See, what's your name? Jessica. When you there's no name. I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
But what I need from you is to actually figure out what the hell he needs all this time free for. If he's
I
is
don't
he
get
running
it.
like a business or like doing anything outside of work? Because I don't understand why he needs all this time um with you watching his child and dog. Because if
Oh my
he's
gosh.
home in the other room playing Tekken or one of these other motherfucking video games on his fucking PS5 while you are out there with a baby and a dog humping your leg, he needs to find someone else to do it. And at least 2 people.
It could be him, really, if we're being honest.
No. And I
Uh,
mean him.
Honestly, the whole bottom paragraph gets on my nerves because I don't really care if your coworker is great. That's not even relevant. The
No.
other thing, and this is no shade to the dog owners and parents out there, they really believe that everybody is obsessed with their children or dogs as they are. Like, there's somebody at my job who always walks his dog past my office, and he be so geeked when
To
his
get you
dogs
to
get
be
the
hyped.
bro. I'm not coming. I'm not getting up and petting your dog. Go. He'd be like, "Oh my gosh, he's so excited to see you." Girl, I'm sorry. That definitely makes me the villain, but I really don't care. Keep walking
Right.
with your dog. I'm trying to work. Same thing with this. You think I'm so pressed to see
Scorpio.
your big lazy dog and your easygoing 4-year-old baby? I don't want to see them on a Thursday. I don't. I'm not.
Okay. I
Oh
just
my
I just had the
gosh,
worst shift of my life at work, and you want to
of
put
your
this
life.
mutt and this dog in my face? Sorry, this mutt and this baby.
Oh my god, that was
But
silly.
like, you know, put this dog and this baby in my face after I just worked all this time, and you, first of all, you also live close to your job, so it's like you can come right home. Why?
Listen,
Why?
listen, Jaden, listen. I won't say too much, but the girls are saying that the dad works from home. I'm not gonna say any more than that, but the dad works from home. So anytime he's gone or needs someone to watch his anything during the day is just giving extracurricular ridiculous. Especially somebody that you know also works during the same time that you work. So I'm supposed to be distracted during my work to watch your big lazy dog. And I'm saying big lazy because that's what it says in the text. I'm not just making this up. It says big but pretty lazy. And the dog sleeps all day. And honestly, I personally would have if I'm not a dog walker, obviously. But if I were a dog walker, I would definitely have me a set rate, and then after a certain amount of hours for that week, it goes up. Cause I'm not living my life for you. Let's say I do 2 days, I might charge you a cute 17 an hour, a cute whatever. First of all, the weekend price is definitely going up.
Hello,
Definitely $26 an hour for the weekend. Come on now. But if I worked every single day this week, girl, I'm working 40 hours for
girl.
$17 an hour.
I'm if I'm
Are you
working every day
serious?
this week, I'm doing a flat rate because clearly
And
you
it's gonna
want
be
the
high.
IRS to start questioning me because where's all this fucking money coming from? Because you're giving me a third of your check because you need me to work here as a part-time employee, cooking, cleaning, washing everything.
I was hoping you'd say that. Okay, it's well paid, cute. And also I can't say I really am such a hater in that, like, girl, I'm not giving nobody credit for nothing. Like, oh, he gave you a ride home, and okay, he
He
needs to give you a ride
should.
home his far house, and I'm not moved. That's a classic babysitter dad moment. They give you a ride home. That's what they get into. It didn't mention him buying dinner because if I was at my house, I got groceries I can cook, but I'm here, so I gotta order food
Hold
with what
on.
money,
Ryder, do you like this man?
girl?
Right, respond to us
Sound off in the
and let
chat
me
if you
know.
like this man. Like this man. I don't think
Yeah, it
so. I don't
seems
think the
like
girls are saying that. I don't
mm,
know. I don't think so. But I mean maybe no.
you know I be making stuff up. No, it's literally
Very
just the
much.
money. I get it. That's money is
And, but
cute,
you know
but
what?
I will
I
put
love a
myself
cute dog.
on a regimen. I don't do the text me when you need me,
On a whim
cause
is crazy. Like
cause
that's
don't need
disrespectful.
me. I, I'm
That's just
I'm sorry. I'm a busy girl. Like if it's
in
not
a
on the
busy
calendar, on the
world.
planner, on the schedule, I'm not doing it. What?
A
Can
week
you
in
come?
advance.
Can you come watch my baby and my dog? Huh? When I just hit play on Netflix? No.
No.
We got Netflix here. Not mine. Click. I don't care if you're watching me talk through this glass window. I'm not coming.
Is this you saying outside my click? Still doesn't matter.
Bloop.
I just feel like even though it's easy enough, it's still inconvenient not being at your house. You're not at your house. It's not like, okay, yeah, you can pack a lunch, you can bring a book, you can bring your favorite pajamas if you want to get. You're still not at your house. What, you
You're
gonna
still
lay
at
in these
home.
people's bed? No, you gotta sit on the couch, and the child's looking at you the whole time, and it's a 4-year-old, so you can't just watch video after video. Well, some, but this child's gonna want to go outside, and the dog has to go outside. I'm not
Right.
going outside. Don't do this again. That's my advice. Take it. Don't do this again.
No.
Next time he texts you without a 72-hour notice, ooh, I don't even lie and say you had something else to do. Just be like, oh no, I wish I had more notice for this. I don't have, I don't have it.
Mm-mm.
And then, but you never know. When you start saying no to things, people see the commodity of it. Oh, what if I doubled your price? Okay, well then shut up
Well,
and come. You know, like if you need it bad enough, you'll pay a little extra.
that'll help my Uber ride over there.
And about my lunch. But I'm saying for 8 hours, so what about dinner?
Mm.
Just ask for what you want. More money and a better like system for setting it up. Why don't you want to watch your own child? Anyway, okay. I would take all the advice given so far today. I think it's all been on the money.
I agree.
I think it's all been really good, helpful thoughts. So the last one. This one's going to be a doozy because it's all everyone's name has been replaced with a letter, but I'm going to replace the letters with names.
Okay.
So it has A, B, and C. I can see. I'm just skimming it. What do we want their names to be? And let the letter correlate.
Okay. Amy.
Boring. Okay. Amy, go ahead.
Alicia. No,
Got it.
Alicia.
Mm-hmm.
Brandy. and Carter.
Uh, okay, girl. Okay, and I might have to pull Google up because there's already some unfamiliarity here. So it says if I'm a secondary partner, somebody Google that, and it says, call me Carter to someone, call her Alicia, who's a primary partner, call them Brandy. Is okay, so I'm gonna read that again. If me, Carter, is a secondary partner to Alicia, who's a primary partner to Brandy, and Brandy is also your friend, and Alicia has been spending our time together, needing emotional support, being upset about how Brandy is treating Alicia. And for the record, I don't love how Brandy is treating Alicia right now either. What role do I play in talking to Brandy about it? I'm torn because one, my friend Brandy is not watering their relationship right now. Your girl should be treated better. And two, even though one is the main point, now it affects me directly because it's the main conversation happening in my life with Alicia now because she needs emotional support. And I'm happy to provide it because Alicia is my friend first, and I do care about her. But what role do I play in talking about slash confronting Brandy about their inconsiderate behavior? I want to talk to Brandy about it because I would and do talk to any friend about their relationship for advice slash input, but I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to involve myself in stuff that's only said to Alicia and not to me. Ultimately, I'm not sure what role I play when I am both Alicia and Brandy's friend. But let me just quickly, okay, I think I can probably piece together what this means. This is a polyamorous situation.
Yes,
A
and I don't know
primary
why
partner.
you're needing Google and the sort the thesaurus app
Sometimes,
to
sometimes
understand
you
that
have to play dumb so the girls at home feel better about being confused as well.
themselves. Yeah.
You have to simplify it down because even though we know what it means, it makes sense to us. Girl, what is a primary, secondary if it's not
Okay.
colors?
Are these colors? Thank you.
So the primary partner is the person that they're really with, and the secondary partner. Now, what I don't know is if the secondary partner is partner with everybody, or just
That's what I
with.
don't know. Or just with Alicia.
So I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter either way, but it honestly, girl, what role do you play? Girl, I really don't need I don't think you really need to play one at all, girl.
Girl,
Tell
you are
Alicia,
playing the secondary
girl,
part that you are.
girl, hello. Get the
You are an
lines out
understudy for
and
a
get
reason.
the stage. Just kidding. Yeah, it kind of sucks because it's like I think that if you're a secondary partner and you're there, I'm sure you'd be around enough to witness any sort of mistreatment or like lack of affection or whatever may be missing. You can just call out whatever you see. Like instead of calling out what you know from Alicia, just call out whatever you see Brandy not doing. Like if you're around, you're like, no, Brandy, girl, now you know Alicia deserve more than that dry hello, or you know that you need to be making dinner, cleaning up after yourself, or whatever, you know? It doesn't have to be like, now, girl, Alicia told me what you did. Girl, you can just comment on what you saw, you know,
Right.
even if it's not
Or
as juicy.
I wonder if they have seen, like, if Carter has seen them interacting more recently. Though likely, I can also suggest just making a statement about it in any way, because you playing this, I don't want to tell them stuff. Alicia said you. No one said you had to, but Alicia told you it was an issue, or like you can even probably identify that there is an issue. So if you get the chance to be in, and you could say that it's affecting you, no shade. Like it seems like Alicia is really struggling with whatever you have going on. Like she wants. I didn't really talk to her about it, or you didn't have to lie, but saying like whatever is going on, y'all need to figure that out because it's affecting my relationship with Alicia, and I care about both of y'all, and you're my friend, and I want to make sure you know that it seems to be an issue, and I don't. If she's relying on me to be her emotional support, what are you like? What are you causing to make her have to come to me and not only spend time doing that, but use my time with her to do that, to complain about you when she's
Right. We could be
my
doing
partner
other
as
things.
well. Right. She's my
Hmm.
partner as well. And while I, love to hear about what she has going on, I hate to hear that her other partner is treating her some kind of way or making her feel like, I don't know what word she used. Um,
Uh,
just
uh,
not treating them
this,
right.
yeah, it just says that.
But it's
Mm.
also like this has to kind of do it. Like the fact that you even think it's your job or your responsibility to do this is interesting, and I think I would investigate that as to like why is
Mm.
it your reaction or your impulse instinct to do this? Like, why do you think
Mhm.
you're the one that has to rectify the situation when this, while it is affecting you, it is not being caused by you or happening to you? It's between the other two adults in the situation. So I think, if anything, instead of thinking of what you should say to B or what you should say to Brandy, you should be worrying about what you're going to say to Alicia and telling Alicia, like, you need to speak up for the things, because not even just based on how it does what it does to you and your relationship with them, but just like, you don't deserve this. So if this is presenting itself as a problem, then you need to be doing something about it over just whispering to me.
Yes, I agree 100%. I reread the first sentence and now I pieced it together. Carter is only partnered with Alicia.
I
Alicia is
figured, yeah,
partnered with both of them, so it's absolutely up to Alicia, girl. Like
it's only
that's
up to
her
Alicia.
relation. That's her actual relationship.
Yeah,
So I think
that's
that
maybe your
Carter should
friend, but
definitely
that's
speak
her
out
relationship.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even if you normally do give friends advice or like blah blah blah, I'd imagine it's when they ask. No shade.
Mm,
So I don't think it like what role you play is not necessarily with Alicia and with Brandy. I think it's for okay, put pin Miss Brand. Call Alicia out, girl. What do you really sometimes you just gotta ask the girls, what do you want me to do with this information?
okay.
Like, and that to me, that is valid. What do you want me to do with this information? You're telling me this because no, you don't have to say it nasty, but just like, okay, girl, and what do you want me to do with it? Like, I mean, I don't know how to say it in a way that doesn't sound nasty after we just been dragging people for an hour, but I just think after you get to the root of whatever Alicia wants you to do, because sometimes people will tell you things hoping that you will do exactly what you're doing and
Right.
try to solve it. But the other part of that is for Carter, what has caused this switch? Like, why are they suddenly being not great? Like,
Right.
what's going on there? And so, not even in regards to how they're treating Alicia, that's important, but that's Alicia's cross to bear, not yours. Asking Carter, yo, what's going on? You good? Like, your
Right.
behavior is kind of shifting a little bit. If that's your friend, like, what's up? You're being a little different. I don't know. And also, is it only towards Alicia that they're not
Because
being great?
that's selling, or is it
You
a
know?
bigger issue that's falling onto Alicia, or falling onto all of Alicia, of Brandy's friends? Because
Mhm.
I don't see why you would even be saying anything to Brandy, because that's not your relationship. But if you are friends with Brandy and their attitude has shifted towards you as well, then you can say something there. Or if there's like an attitude shift towards, say you have a group hangout and you can see like their personality is a little different, or something seems wrong or off, I think there's room for investigation of that. But as far
Mhm.
as you butting in on Alicia and Brandy's relationship, that's a song they got to sing. Like, you are not going to be doing much of anything besides probably adding fuel to the fire.
That was good, Jaden. That's a song they gotta sing. That was good. The girls didn't catch it. Um, the other thing is that to me, it just no, I'm not involved. I don't know what's going on. I don't know the dynamics. But to me, in my mind, if you have a partner that has another partner, you would assume that they're talking to their other partner about some pretty intimate things, you
Yeah,
know, whatever's going, unless you've already established that you are not going to cross share business across relationships, then okay. But it wouldn't be crazy for Alicia to tell Carter this because that's literally their partner. So it
Yeah.
wouldn't also be strange to me if you don't want to be involved because of Alicia not saying it directly to you, but blah blah blah. That's okay. To me, it's okay to call everybody out in front of everybody because it's like, hold on, okay, because there's a whole bunch of talking. There's a lot of talking going on. So just call them both out in the same room. Alicia, you my girl, literally, you my good sis. Brandy, what's going on between y'all? Because this is getting on my
Right.
nerves. No, don't say that. But like,
Like if you're gonna do it, do it. Like if you're gonna call a house meeting, call a house meeting. But if you're going to like try and what I don't think you should do is talk to Carter alone. I mean, talk to Brandy
Brandy.
on your own. Like
Mm-mm.
I think this needs to be a group session, or like since you feel
Mm.
so responsible, then it needs to be calling in everyone because
Yeah.
Alicia's going to have to handle this. And if it's going to take you pushing that a little bit, I'm more aligned with that and okay with that because it is affecting you. So I can see like wanting her to handle it because it's having backlash on your own relationship with her. But as far as Brandy, I don't think there's many reasons why you should be approaching Brandy directly and trying to have a conversation there outside of you're already in the space with her and she's acting weird to you because it's just like that's not your relationship. Your relationship is the one with Alicia, and that's being affected based on how Brandy is treating Alicia. So Alicia needs to figure out what Alicia should do about it. And if Alicia
Correct.
can't do anything about it, when you are call a house meeting and sit Alicia and Brandy down, figure out what notes everyone's doing, and build some harmony. Like that's all you have to do.
I guess I. I think I don't know if it's helpful to look at the dynamics as separate because they're at the intersection of romance and like platonic relationships. But if
Mhm.
you look at it separately, would you, because this is what role do I play in talking to Brandy about it? Well, what role would you play if your friend's man wasn't treating her right? You don't have one. What role would you play if your partner's friend wasn't treating your partner right? You still don't have one. It's
No,
always the person's business, the other person's business who's being affected.
literally. And
So
the only role you may be able to play even in those other scenarios is mediator. Like
that's it.
sometimes a third person is helpful to just kind of create some grounding and some, have like a person there to kind of that sounds more right. Da, da, da. Of course you want them to be kind of more unbiased, but
Yeah.
I think if you are going to play a role, it should be that one or none. And I'm leaning more towards none. And you should be pushing Alicia towards rectifying her own situation because your relationship is with Alicia and is being affected by Brandy, but your relationship is not with Brandy. Your
Right.
relationship is with Alicia, and her relationship with Brandy is the problem, not your relationship with her.
I don't think it would end well to even be in that space because it's like Brandy would automatically feel ganged up against. You are partnered. You guys have been sharing things behind my back about my behavior, and now you're coming to me. You're literally sitting next to Alicia. Clearly, you guys have come to attack. What you need to do is rub on Alicia's shoulder and push her in the ring and walk away. That's it. Not to say,
Okay.
not to like visualize it as a fight, but like go into the action yourself.
Yeah.
It's only you. Isn't the whole thing with polyamory, the only way that it really works is through great, excellent communication. It's not going to work if you're not communicating properly. It's going to
Absolutely.
fall apart. So I think that you know exactly what you need to do now because we told you. You're welcome.
Period.
Well, that was a lot of fun. And honestly, the advice was all really good
It
today.
was
I
really
don't
good.
know. If it's
We're
really
kind of getting
good,
good
I
at
would
this.
take it. I would take every single bit. I'm sorry. So honestly, if you want to write in, because we didn't even do too much dragon today. We
No.
did pretty good. We kept it cute, except for in the beginning, because girl. Write into childanywaypod@gmail.com or hit us up on any of our other social media platforms. If you have a story you want us to get our thoughts on, or you have a question you want to ask away. You can ask us anything. The only question we are no longer accepting is how to do self-care. We just, you can go back to the vault and find that on any episode from the past. So that was Take It or Leave It. And I love that segment. I'm so glad she's back. It got a little messy, and we had to stop it because it was getting really, really messy, which I loved. But we had to take a little break to clean it up a little bit. Now it's time for Thank Me Later. This is where Jane and I are like, oh, wow, this thing is pretty cool. Y'all need to get involved with this. You're welcome in advance. So I'll go first. I have that spelled incorrect. I have 2 book recommendations. The second one, no, I did not finish. No, I'm also not even halfway done. But I know I'm going to recommend it. So the first one is a book of poems called Halal If You Hear Me. It's edited by, I'm going to probably, now I sound like a white person, but listen, it's my truth. I'm going to butcher this. But I'm going to try my best. It's edited by Sophia El-Hilo. El-Hilo. Okay, I really feel like a white person. Yeah, we'll go with that. And then the other one is Fatima Asghar. Great. Basically, if you Google the name of the book, it's gonna pop right on up. Halal If You Hear Me. It's good. It's I think it's like about almost 200 pages, and every single poem is by a different poet. I think that's awesome. Wow. Like they're all Muslim poets. Like that's awesome, because how often are people saying like there's not a lot, or there's not many of a specific demographic creative wise? Like, oh, there's not a lot of Black directors. There's not a lot of queer dancers. Beyonce. There's not a lot of Muslim writers. There's plenty, So it's awesome that these 2 editors really like did the work, found all of these poets, and there's so many more in the world, I'm sure. But it's just really cool because also it's like, if you're into that poem, you can just look up their work, their other works. I think it's great. And then the second one is so. Jaden,
let's just go.
You and your chicken combo over rice. I can't. The other book that I'm going to recommend, well, the first one, Jaden, is definitely your vibe. Just go ahead and get it. The second one, it's a cute cover. I don't have it.
Oh, I saw.
Oh yeah, literally you did. The next one is called "In Every Mirror She's Black" by Lola Akinmade. And I literally practiced all these names before I started, and this is actually about to piss me off.
Akinmade.
Yeah, correct. Well, it's good that you know how to say it because you'll be saying it again later. Yeah. But anyway, it's a great book. At first, it still is a little bit slow, but it's getting a little bit messy. It's getting a little bit steamy. Let's just say cells are forming, growing. We weren't expecting this bundle of cells, let's just say. So honestly, I love it. But it's 3 different Black women's story, and they all interact. I'm seeing how they interact now. It takes place mostly in Sweden. Sometimes it takes place in America, like if she's traveling back and forth. But it really just gives you great perspective. Like, dang, Black people really be in Sweden. Like, Black people are really everywhere. I just love a story that puts a person that I know, a Black person, in a place that I've number one, that I've never been or never thought to put them. Now, I know the girls listening who have done their research and their history, they know, girl, that's where they do this. That's where the refugees from this country go. I'm sorry, I was ignorant, but I'm learning now. Anyway, this book is nonfiction. It's it's a fun little story. It's thick.
Fiction or nonfiction?
But it's a fiction. What did I say?
Nonfiction.
That was a lie.
Yeah, I'm like,
huge lie. It was a huge lie. This is certainly fiction. Now, I'm not exactly sure the title. I'm thinking it's just like a fun title, like it's just clever. I'm not sure. I'll see how it connects.
Right.
I don't know. But those are my suggestions. I've just been reading and going to work, child.
I wish. I had not been able to read recently. But like I said, I had that photo shoot. It was a lot going on.
I hate that for you because you love to read.
I do. And I can't wait. I'm going to South Carolina this week. So that car ride, book in hand. People get car sick, and I don't.
Not me.
And I'm grateful. Because I prefer.
Mm-hmm.
So For my moments of the week, please, we're not going back there. For my Thank Me Later, we're starting off with a great one. Victoria Monet has finally released the All Right music video from Its Shackles, and it was absolutely spectacular. It has been viral on Twitter. You know, I'm on the gay side of Black Twitter, and they have been living and gagging and throwing up. Truly, like, it's really good. It's a lot of nods and homages, so it's really exciting to see. And you know, Victoria Monet is just a world class act, so she's just everything. Next, I want to give y'all Kitchenada's album called Timeless. Go stream it, baby. Just go. It's so good. We love the album. We love to dance. We love to be up moving, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. Next, it's a few that I have, so I'm trying to get through them. Next, I have Tim's dropped her album. I loved her album because it came out early, before 12 o'clock. I'm assuming because she's in Nigeria. Or like she's somewhere else. So it's like it came out at like 6 p.m. I said, this needs to be more often. More often, please. It's called Born in the Wild, and it's her debut album actually. She has other songs and EPs out, but this is her first like album, and it's so good. Highly recommend. Next, I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, Charlie XCX Brat album. She actually dropped an extended, and it's called Brat, and it's the same, but there's 3 more songs, so it's not. So that's what the album's called. And the extended version.
That's what the album is called.
It's called Brat.
But it's the
and then she dropped another one like 2 days later called Brat, and it's the same, but there's 3 more songs, so it's not.
So that's okay. So that's literally the title, which you just said.
Yes.
Okay, I love that. That's really good.
It's so cute. And then last, Sunday Service by Lotto featuring Megan and Flo Milli. I actually enjoyed Sunday Service originally, but I don't think I listened to it as much as when 2 of my faves are on there. So hello. Now, Megan and Flo bodied it. So I ain't mad.
I did not attend the first Sunday service. I did not even know, girl.
Well, honestly,
my girl wasn't there.
It's a diss towards Ice Spice. In the music video, she's like, 20 black Suburbans, we pull up like Sunday service. And there's a line where she says she got ice on hot, or like I'm heating up the ice or something like that. And in the video, she drives past Ice's childhood home.
Oh my gosh.
It gets messy right here, and I live. This has been a messy episode of Ciao. Anyway.
Ciao. You can listen to Ciao anyway, wherever you get your podcasts.
We drop new episodes every week.
Like, share, subscribe, rate and review. Tell 2 friends to tell 3 friends, and subscribe on YouTube.
Go read Halal If You Hear Me. And In Every Mirror She's Black by Lola. By Lola. And go watch the All Right music video on YouTube. Go stream Kitchenada's album Timeless. Go stream Tim's album Born in the Wild. Go stream Charlie X's album Brat. And it's Sun. And go stream Sunday Service by Lotto, Megan, and Flo Milli. For clear skin.
Bye.
Have a great week, everyone, and many blessings.